Here, but if that's the accent, I like to play around it. So, for instance, this is going to be the accent. Okay, so I'm playing slaps. You see here with my right hand, I'm playing the slap, or my accent is sharper notes, or sometimes even a bass. This is why I like to play standing up a lot, because I can get a bass, more of the bass tone, without really, instead of it just being a muted right on the ground. Okay, it's up to you and your sound. But when I'm playing in a worship band, I really like that boom. And with my tuba, I can really get a nice, I don't want to say like an 808, but a nice doom, boom, doom, doom, just to add another note in the color. So playing these eighth notes and playing 16th notes very fast, okay, in between and around what the drummer is doing is crucial to being able to add that funky feeling. And sometimes it's nice, depending on how strong, the stronger you become at playing in this style of music, in this form, although you're following the drummer, the more the band is going to start relying on you as well, even in the breaks. And then instead of just everyone breaking in silence, then maybe the next break, it might and so you kind of might be the one to lead in as well, other than just the drummer leading in or someone else, the vocalist. So it's very important, whether it's contemporary gospel, whether it's CCM, that your vocabulary, in other words, your rhythmic vocabulary, the more rhythms that you learn, the more you can command and master where the notes are. And that's what we talked about when we went over the basics with the bass, muff, slap, and then listening and perfecting your timing. So when my vocabulary expands, when my timing is strengthened, being able to play on the downbeat as well as the upbeat, and my rhythmic vocabulary expands, okay, so timing, rhythmic vocabulary, and notes. When these are strengthened, then I can enter into any conversation, whether it's contemporary gospel, using that as an example, CCM, whether it's Latin. I have to have these strong points in there. So I mentioned timing and being able to play on the downbeat and upbeat. What do I mean by that? Well, it's important to be able to play and to have a strong sense of timing to be able to switch from the downbeat to the upbeat at any point in time. If the song is going, the downbeat is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right as we're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Boom, boom, boom. Good way to think about it. That bass, that kick. Boom, boom. Okay? So when he's going, that's right. That's that downbeat. Immediately after that, we have 1 and. So if it's 4/4 time, we got 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Okay? I'm throwing my hand up here. That's the upbeat. I need to be able to play on the downbeat and immediately go to the upbeat at any given time. So for instance, if I just strike the drum on the downbeat, 4/4 time, steady tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the same vein, I should be able to now switch to the upbeat and be able to still hear the song and have a song in my head and to be relaxed, right? So it's downbeat, 2, 3, 4. Then we switch to the upbeat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, why is that important? The reason that's important is because when we're playing in this form of, say, it's contemporary gospel we've been talking about, a lot of the open beats and in between what the accent is doing is on the upbeats. So doom tick tick boom doom 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 tick tick doom da doom boom doom doom. Whether that's on the cowbell, whether that's on a wood block, or it's on a djembe, a darbuka, bongos, or the conga, the same thing. You want to be able to play on the downbeat and the upbeat as well. Otherwise, what you'll find yourself doing is continually just playing the same thing the drummer's doing instead of syncopating, which is playing in between what he's playing, okay? So this is why I'm an advocate for learning different rhythms, whether it's Latin, I have a video on learning the tumbao, or whether it's East Indian or Middle Eastern. You're instead of just playing, what you're doing is you're adding to your vocabulary. So, for instance, we were talking about the funk feel. Well, let's see if we were to play a tumbao, it would feel like this, right? Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm basically training and teaching myself to play these eighth notes, to play on the upbeats as well, and to be able to move my accents around. Otherwise, I'm limited to what I know, and if the only thing I've ever heard is what the drummer's doing, then I'm going to be confused as now, since the drummer's playing, what do I play? But if I can learn these different rhythms, I now have more words in my vocabulary, so I can join in the conversation, okay?